Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you a quick and easy DIY on how you can make your own snowflake wall hanging using items from the Dollar Tree. So the first thing that you're going to need is one piece of foam core, which is just an extra thick piece of poster board. And you may want to end up cutting this down depending on how large of a snowflake wall hanging you want to make. I'm going to leave mine whole as is, and at the end of this, if I need to trim off some excess, I will do that, but I want to start with the full size piece just the way it is. The second thing that you're going to need is just your handy dandy glue gun, and you're also going to need snowflakes. So I picked up this kind right here. And these are pretty large. I would say they're about 8 to 10 inches from end to end. These here came 2 in a pack, so I picked up some of these. I picked up 2 of these extra large snowflakes and some of these smaller snowflakes. These came 3 in a pack. The larger they are, the less number you got in a pack. And then I picked up a lot of these smaller ones. So I just unwrapped them already and put them in this box. So what you're going to want to do is take off the little strings that allow you to hang these on a Christmas tree. You will need a pair of scissors for that purpose. You will also need some of these little storage containers that you can find in the craft section of Dollar Tree. So these are extra small, so there's 8 in this package. And these are the largest ones that I could find, and these come 6 per package. So getting started, you can do this a couple of different ways. If you want to lay out your snowflake design first, you can start by doing that, and you can kind of layer these and see how you like them to look as you go along, and then hot glue. Or you can just start with your main snowflake, and I'm using this extra large one, and you can build up from there. So what you're going to be doing with the storage containers is using these to give your piece some dimension and make it more 3D. You can use these storage containers to glue them to, and then your piece will have more dimension. So I've actually decided to use this large snowflake toward the top of the piece, and I'm doing that because I have 2 of them and I want them to have plenty of room to space out so they don't overlap too much. So I'm just adding my hot glue to the center point, and I'm going to flip it over and press it down and hold. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is add one of these larger snowflakes, but before I do that, I am going to hot glue the center of it to one of these little containers, and I'm going to actually remove the lid from it, like so, just like that. I'm going to add some hot glue to this open section. That is the section I will be placing down on the foam core. And then I'm going to hot glue my snowflake just to the center, and I'm going to start adding dimension. Okay, as you can see, this gives me just a little bit of extra height. And then what I've done is add my glue to the bottom, and I'm just going to press it down and hold it there. And it only takes a few seconds for it to adhere and for it to become nice and secure. So now, as you can see, my piece does have some height to it. So I'm going to keep building from there. Okay, so far this is what it's looking like, and I want to add my second large snowflake. So I'm going to add one of those little risers to it. Okay, now as you can see, the snowflake on the far right has a riser, so that's giving it some dimension, and the snowflake that I started out with is flat against the foam core. So I'm going to keep building up depending on what snowflake I'm using. You can even glue 2 risers together, and when I say risers, I'm just talking about those little clear containers, the acrylic containers. But if you need even more height, feel free to glue 2 of those together and just keep building from there. Okay, and just to give you an example, this is one that I glued 2 of the acrylic containers together, and I did leave the lids on for this just to give it a little bit more stability. I just wanted to give you another progress shot. This has about 13 snowflakes on it so far, and I'm just going to keep going because I have decided that I would like to use the entire foam core This is something totally optional. I picked up these little stickers. They're plastic, but they do have a little sticky back. But I'm going to hot glue these onto the center of some of the snowflakes just to give it an extra sparkle. And you can also get these at the Dollar Tree. I think there's like around 25 or 30 in a package. I'm really glad I decided to do that because I think it gave it just that little added touch of sparkle that it needed. Okay, so here is what the finished piece looks like. And as you can see, I have tons of dimension and the snowflakes are at all different heights thanks to those little acrylic containers that I used as risers. And I'm so glad that I decided to use those little 6 snowflake stickers from the Dollar Tree in the center of each snowflake just to give it that added sparkle. So this can easily be leaned against a wall, or as you see here, I have it leaned against a window on a table that I have some candles and some mercury glass trees on. Or you can hang this on the wall by using a pipe cleaner on the back affixed with some duct tape, and you can hang it on just a simple nail because this really weighs nothing. So I'm going to give you a more up close look so you can see how I've arranged the snowflakes. I went ahead and let them go over the borders of the foam core on the sides and on the top, but on the bottom I kept it flat just in case I did want to lean it like you see here. And here this just shows you a little bit more of the dimension and how those risers are working to hold everything a little bit further out than it normally would be. But again, it's really sparkly, super easy to do, didn't take much time at all. And I think it's really pretty if you have a nice spot that you're looking for something super inexpensive, but gives you that added little touch of glitter and sparkle for the holidays. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all my friends. Please subscribe.